the story, right? So it's my responsibility to tell that story. My name is Chuck Hansen, and I'm going to be your co-host this evening with my good friend Michael Stern. And if you're here for the very, very first time, maybe the second time, maybe you're looking at us a couple of different times, and that's great. We've got people from all around the world. If you've been on the Zoom for the past 5 minutes, you've listened to people come in from South Africa, from the East, from the West. I mean, from Australia. I mean, it's just it's growing very, very, very quickly, and almost 500 people on the Zoom here this evening. So, hey, what I wanted to do was get to a point where I could explain to you in not the the 10-foot view, but the kind of the 30,000-foot view, right, of what's going on. So that's my responsibility here this evening, is to try to give you a big picture of what's going on with iHub Global and what's going on in the Helium network, and kind of connect all of those dots, if you will. So first, I first want to say welcome, and I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us. What we're going to talk to you about is how you can own a little share of the world's largest and first peer-to-peer wireless network. Now, I know that's a mouthful. Just kind of let that sink in for a second, because there's 128,606 other, not people, but devices that are participating in that wireless network all around the globe. And quite frankly, a year ago, when we first started looking at the iHub and the Helium network, there were less than 7,000 of these hotspots, and now 128,606. And that number has gone up since I put that on here, and that was about an hour ago. So things are growing rapidly. So let's get to the right thing. So what we're going to do here this evening is, like I said, I'm going to give you kind of that 30,000-foot view of what's going on with iHub Global, with the Helium network, with the blockchain, with Helium, the cryptocurrency, and with the IoT network. Now, if you've never heard of the IoT network, don't feel bad. I didn't either. It was a year ago, and I just got I got introduced to the Internet of Things, right? I had no idea what the Internet of Things was, but I'm going to try to give you a little bit of an opportunity. But before I do that, let me let you just watch this very short intro video.
Welcome to iHub, and congratulations. You know what they say, you get one or two great opportunities in a lifetime. Well, I truly believe you are in front of one of those opportunities right now. The reason I say that is simple. It happened to me. I'll explain just a little. We're about to learn about cryptocurrency mining in the world of the Internet of Things, or the IoT network. A little perspective. The IoT is bigger than Wi-Fi. It's all the things that run off the internet, like appliances, security cameras, speakers, healthy devices, and on and on. We, iHub, partnered with the largest IoT network in the world to grow it globally. We, meaning you and I, are now in a position to own the network. The IoT network is larger than any internet network or phone network on the planet. Owning networks is how wealth is created, and you're standing before it right now. So yes, I do believe this is an opportunity of a lifetime for me and for you. Listen, there is a lot of education for most of us with learning about blockchain, crypto mining, IoT network, and more. But trust me when I say it's as simple as plugging in an iHub unit in your home or business and letting it earn for you in the network. After you join for free, you'll see real results in real time, earning big right now. At minimum, get your iHub miner today. But if you're like me and want to own the network, you can build a legacy with the iHub affiliate program. Time to get started. Join for free.
So here's a question I want to ask everybody. How would you like to make a six-figure income by referring 35 people to host an iHub global hotspot for free? Right? Think about that for a second. Anybody want to raise their hand? Yeah, probably everybody, right? We're going to show you how you can do that. Let me tell you how it all started. This is a little 3-minute video that was produced by Helium, and it really does set the stage. This gal does a great job of kind of explaining what the IoT network is and what all the functionality is. So kind of pay attention as we go through this little 3-minute video.
We've all used Wi-Fi for stuff like this.
So adorable.
And cellular data for stuff like this. Triaxolotl. Every day we connect to the internet, but it's not just people. From parking meters to packages, even these damn scooters. All these things should connect to the internet. Even this dog. Well, not the dog, but its collar. Seems like this little guy is lost. Luckily, he's got a smart collar on it. But that smart collar isn't so smart without the internet. Cellular data plans can be pricey. It's not like Sean could just log into this cafe's Wi-Fi real quick.
Hey, I like your dog.
Oh, it's not my dog. I'm just using him to demonstrate a point.
What's your point?
Glad you asked. Wouldn't it make sense for all of these things to have their own internet? A network that works just for them, so they could always stay connected anywhere, anytime. That's the kind of future I want to live in. Guess what? We can. With the Helium hotspot.
Honey, who's that?
I'm the future.
It's, future?
The Helium hotspot's a new kind of wireless device, where you and your community can create a network for the Internet of Things.
So like a Wi-Fi router?
No, it's long-fi. It reaches 200 times farther.
But why would I?
Why would you put this in your house?
Glad you asked.
Well, you're helping to power a better future for the city you live in, building a community of connectivity, making all sorts of things possible that aren't today, like helping you find lost things, connecting to things that can tell you when your food's expired. That is expired. Even powering sensors that help detect wildfires, so people and their things can stay safe.
What else?
Isn't that enough? The whole thing about building a better future for your children and your children's children?
We don't have kids.
Well, for people who care about that sort of thing, you get rewarded Helium tokens, a cryptocurrency as a thank you for building the network and enabling devices to connect. So any more questions?
Yeah, whose dog is this?
Yep. See, when the Internet of Things gets better, everything gets better. Even finding your dog. It's yours.
Sean, thank you. Come here, buddy. Oh, thank you.
With the Helium hotspot, you're helping to create a more connected future.
What's helium?
So glad you asked. Every day, we connect to the internet. But it's not just people. So what else connects to the internet?
I don't know.
I'm glad you asked.
See, guys, that's what I was confused about. I didn't understand that there wasn't, that the internet was for other things other than just us. That's what I was always convinced of, right? Until I was talked about the Internet of Things and the new internet. And, right now, or at least when we started investigating it, it was an $800 billion a year industry. It's probably grown by now. At that time, there were 8.4 billion devices. And again, it's probably grown more than that. By 2024, they say that this Internet of Things, right, this next generation of internet will be a $2 to $3 trillion a year industry, and that there'll be 70 to 80 billion devices connecting to the internet all the time, making our life easier, better, more convenient, and so many other things that we can't even hardly imagine at this particular point in time. So, it all started in 2013 by a group of very forward-thinking individuals. And, because in 2013, there wasn't much of an Internet of Things, right? It was just a vision that they had to put this whole thing together. And, now like I said earlier, there's over 128,000 of these little hotspots, or as I kind of referred to them, as these little cell towers, if you will. And Michael Stern's going to talk to you a little bit more about how these whole things work after I get done. But we're right in the very beginning of everything. Yes, we looked at everything when there were less than 7,000, but there's going to be millions that are going to be required and needed in order to build out this global wireless network. So you're very, very early on in this whole thing. The Helium cryptocurrency, that's another thing that I got very excited about. You see, we're not being paid in dollars. Dollars depreciate, Helium appreciates, right? You can see what it was in June of 2020, what it got to in May of 2021, in August 16th, today, right? The low was 1790. The high over the past 24 hours was 1944. And so, and where it's going is even more exciting. But before I get to that, let me play this little video and catch something at the end of this that I want you to pay close attention to.
Do you know who owns your wireless network? Most likely, some ginormous big brand tech company with stacks and stacks of moolah. Well, what if you were able to own part of a similar network, which is growing constantly every day? It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT network. Heard of it? It powers billions of all those helpful things like our beautiful smart devices, life-saving medical sensors, security monitors, remote tracking devices, and the list goes on. So now you know you could help power all that and get paid for it in Helium, which is a form of cryptocurrency. You know the digital currency that's super secure because it's kept in an online fortress of solitude called blockchain technology? But you might have known that. And all that happens from this one little device called a Helium hotspot you can get from iHub Global. All you do is plug it in and start earning or mining Helium automatically, which goes directly into your account. Simple as that. You basically earn money by doing practically nothing, so you can afford to spend more time with who's important to you. Earnings vary based on where you live, and iHub will show you simple ways to track how much you earn every day. You can also bring in your family and friends to earn more as an affiliate. And they'll earn too while we build the biggest network in the world together. And eventually, your earnings go even higher and higher with our shared hosting plan. Okay, then why iHub Global, you ask? Because it's free to start. Our mission is growing the network by more of us owning the network. We'll do it together with simple training on the basics. We'll also show you simple earning strategies to grow. By using our proprietary app called Helium Track, you can track your hotspots and run virtual simulations to place free hotspots in the best locations to further expand your network of affiliates and earnings. Who knew owning this network could be so easy? So if you're ready, let's grow together with iHub Global. Join and request a hotspot for your home or office today for free.
You know what I like best about the whole video? It's the part where they talk about, having something and earning money for doing almost absolutely nothing, right? I mean, that's the best thing ever, right? So, it all started with this device, as you saw in that video, right? The gal was talking about, that's the first generation of the Helium hotspot, or the iHub miner, or as I like to call it, the passive income generator, or PIG for short. This is the second generation. This generation came with our proprietary software on it so that we could pay everybody referral commissions, right? Referral commissions in the form of Helium rather than in dollars, which really is the amazing part of iHub Global. So, again, guys, what I love about what we're doing is that there's no competition. There's no competition. There never will be any competition. And why is that? Because it's all open source, right? There's no reason for anybody else to go build another network. Now, there are thousands of companies building hardware and software for the Internet of Things. to be put on the network, but there's no reason for anybody to go build another network. You can make money with this product. This is like the holy grail of all the products I've ever seen in my 50 years of marketing everything. And that is that it makes money 24/7, 365. You plug it in and you walk away from it, and that's what it does, right? It makes money all the time. No monthly fees, no auto ships, no licensing, nothing, right? Nothing that you have to spend, after you get your hotspot. And the good news is now you don't even have to spend anything to get a hotspot. That's the news flash, right? This is not a network marketing company, not an MLM. No recruiting at all, right? If you don't want to. Now, we do have an affiliate program where you can refer other people, but you don't necessarily have to, right? This is a recession-proof, a COVID-proof product. It's going to work 24/7, 365 because it will. I mean, these devices are all going to connect to the internet, and they're going to do it some way. In the old days, they did it through cellular data plans. They did it through Wi-Fi. Now they're doing it through the Helium network, the IoT network. So what are all these things? You saw a few things on the video, packages, parking meters, the damn scooters, well, there's a whole lot more than that, right? There will be millions of different types of devices that'll be connecting. And this is just a short list of them. And the list will go on and on and on as more and more very intelligent people think of new ways to use this wireless network. So this is a once in a lifetime occurrence. Let me just kind of, drive that point home for a second, because once this network is built, then it's done. Right? It is done. Once in a lifetime occurrence. So let me introduce you to a good friend of mine, a good friend, Dr. Scott Tunis. And I want you to hear what Scott's got to say about everything.
Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Tunis, a board-certified ophthalmologist, a fellow of the American College of Surgeons, and I've been in active full-time practice for 36 years. For that time, I've had a lot of people come to me with different business opportunities, and my response has always been the same: thanks, but no thanks. I'm busy doing what I'm doing already. However, when one of my trusted and loyal patients, who I've known for 20 years and done surgery on, introduced me to iHub Global and explained to me that I could earn Helium cryptocurrency without purchasing anything simply by hosting a Helium hotspot in my office, I had to investigate the opportunity.
Helium Network is a community-based wireless network of hotspots that provide a cost-effective and secure way for the low-power smart devices to send data to and from the internet, or the Internet of Things.
With iHub Global, I in fact discovered that I could host a Helium hotspot in my office at no cost to me, without ongoing maintenance, fees, or software licenses, and I would in fact earn Helium cryptocurrency. Now, as a practicing healthcare professional, I can tell you that no one has ever offered to put an income-producing piece of equipment in my office for anything less than $50,000, let alone for nothing.
Consider the future integration of these rapidly evolving technologies, the expansion of telemedicine, the evolution of smart diagnostic equipment, the increased use of remote patient monitoring devices, the Helium network and its ability to transmit data from smart devices far less expensively than cellular or GPS, a cryptocurrency linked exclusively to the tangible infrastructure of the Helium network, and a passive income stream of Helium cryptocurrency, which has appreciated over 4,000% in less than 1 year.
I thought I must share this opportunity, and the network is even more valuable when it expands. So I looked out my window and realized that my dentist is 2 miles down the street, She has a perfect location for a hotspot, and she'll understand this concept right away. So I had to tell her about it. I thought maybe she'll be interested, and maybe she won't. No sales pressure. One thing I'm quite sure of, if I don't tell her about it now, in 5 years, she'll be asking me why I didn't. Oh, hi, Stephanie Gray.
Hi, Scott. And yes, you're right about that. This is multiple cutting-edge technologies all converging into one perfect storm.
Join iHub Global as an affiliate for free. Reserve a hotspot at no cost for your address. And join our weekly schedule of Zoom calls to learn about the Helium network, the Internet of Things, and how you can host a free iHub Global hotspot, which will put Helium cryptocurrency in your wallet. Thanks for watching.
And I think that's great advice. Put Helium cryptocurrency in your wallet, right? So, you have to think for a second. Why would a guy like Scott, who makes a substantial amount of money as an ophthalmologist, he's operated on me twice, actually more than twice, but it's because 100% of his income is created by 100% of his efforts, like so many other people that are out there. And so what we have is a leverage plan. You can earn 5, 10, or 15% on thousands of hotspots rather than just earning 100% on your own efforts. Make sense? Right? I mean, that's exactly what it is. And that's why we're attracting people like Scott and so many other people, Dr. Hackney, and it just, the list goes on and on and on. Let me show you one of our hotspots, right? This is down at our CEO's house. He was the first person in Vero Beach, Florida to put in a hotspot or a pig. It's called the Trendy Tan Duck. Yes, they all have cute little names like that. Mine is the Passive Lemonade Perch, and the list goes on of all the cute little names that we didn't think of, the manufacturer thought of, right? That's how they're identified. Well, as of 8/16, as of today, right, the Trendy Tan Duck has earned 1,281 helium. If you average that, I just took $20 since it's close to $20, and that's 25 grand, thereabouts, right? 25 grand for plugging it in, walking away, and doing nothing else ever with that. Just letting it sit there on your windowsill and letting it work without your involvement or participation. I look at my Passive Lemonade Perch every morning and make sure that the little green light is on and that it's doing its thing, and that's all I do, right? And let it just go on. If you were the person who had referred Rick, and Rick took one of those hotspots and put it in his home, you would have earned 242 helium. Now I put $15 down here, but that's wrong. You'd earn $5,000-$6,000 just by and that would happen year after year, right? Month after month after month. So whatever that unit makes, you would earn 20% referral. So it's crazy what we've done. So let me just a little disclaimer of what I'm going to show you. What you're about to see is not an income guarantee. It's a simple explanation of our affiliate reward plan. So everybody's performance is going to vary. Everybody is different. Change in the nearby hotspots, elevation, signal strengths, just so many different variables, but primarily variables of us humans, right? And our reward model is really something extraordinary. What I've done is I've taken an example and utilized that these hotspots or pigs are going to earn 50 helium a month. Some earn more, some earn less, but I did this as a low example, right, of what helium hotspots are earning. And the more people you refer, the more you make. Pretty simple, right? You earn you refer your first 5. Here they are, 5 people, 50 helium each with their machine, 250 helium, you earn 20%. Now there's a caveat to earning the 20%. you've got to do something with that host. You've got to help that host refer 5 other people that join as an affiliate for free. Okay, no big deal, but that's the caveat, and that has to be done within 90 days. Otherwise, that commission is 10% moving forward as opposed to 20%. But because I know that everybody that's listening to me can do that, we're not asking for any money. We're just asking for them to get engaged, show their uncle, their aunt, their grandmother, their cousin, their brother, their whoever, right? What iHub Global is all about. You earn 20%. That'd be 50 helium from those first 5 people that you refer. Now, this next group of people is a group of 10, right? Specifically 10. And again, 50 helium each that their machine does. That's 500 helium. You earn 25%. That's 125 helium. The next group is also a group of 10. That's 50 helium again, 500 helium total for 30% that you would earn. That's 150 helium. Start to get, what's going on here. The next group of 10, 500 helium, you earn 35%. That's 175. Now the third group, this third group of 10 is actually more than 10, right? It can be 50 and you would earn 35%. So I use 10 as my example, but it could be 110, right? Wouldn't make any difference. It would make a big difference to you in this example. So that's 500 helium that you'd earn every month from that group of 35. Remember that group of 35 that I talked to you about in the very beginning? In 12 months, that's 6,000 helium that you would earn. Now, what I want you to do is multiply the value of helium by the helium earned, right? If the value of helium is 20 bucks, you've earned 6,000. Simple math says you've earned 120 grand. Not very difficult to understand that. So, if the value of helium was $50 and you earn 6,000, simple math again would say you've earned 300,000. Now, I don't know, I don't know if your life would improve with an extra $120,000 a year or an extra $300,000 a year. I have to think that possibly it would, perhaps a new house, a new car, puts kids in a different school, whatever, right? Go on some much needed vacations, jump on a cruise ship and never come home. But here's what they say helium is going to move to over the course of time. By the end of the year, they say over $50. I hope so, right? By the end of 2022, just a little over a year away, 252. Can you imagine what would happen if you were making 6,000 helium a year and you saved that helium and all of a sudden it was $252? Come on, remember, multiply what you've earned by the value and now start getting excited, right? How about by 2025, over 600? Now it's not us saying this. This is the experts, right? They give price predictions on the prediction of what helium. They look at all the different components and they say, this is what we think helium will do over the course of time, right? If these predictions come anywhere close to being accurate, we are going to have an awful lot. And let me tell you what an awful lot are, right? We launched iHub Global the last week of March of this year. We just went over 250,000 affiliates, 250,000 affiliates from all over the globe. At this rate of growth, we'll have over 1 million affiliates by the end of the year or sooner. So, is there a place for you? Absolutely, right? We've got an incredible technology. In June, we were fortunate enough to run into a group of very smart, very intelligent people that created Helium Track. and you can go to heliumtrack.com and look at it. And if you sign up for free, you can actually go and start utilizing it, right? So it's the most intelligent and robust Helium hotspot app, period. It gives you all the intelligence. And why do you need intelligence? You have to make sure that where you're putting one of these hotspots is profitable, right? That it's going to make the most money for you and everybody else. So we give you all the intelligence to do that by just plugging in your address. So join for free, and then you can request a miner, one of our hotspot miners, for absolutely no cost, right? Now there's going to be a little cost for shipping and so on and so forth, but no big deal. But it's and you know, the intelligence is just absolutely phenomenal, and you're going to hear more and more and more on the Helium Track app. One of the other things that we're working on is a way for you to spend the helium that you get, right? Everybody wants to spend it. Some of us don't. I'm going to hang on to mine. I'm waiting for the, you know, till the last dog is hung, as they say. But you know, some people want to spend it for this or that, or car payments or house payments or whatever. We're working on a debit card, right? A virtual and real debit card that you'll be able to use your helium balance just like cash. And we're in the final stages of all of those things, the digital asset portfolio, basically. So we're working on the final stages of that contract. And they already have several cryptocurrencies in their portfolio. We're just waiting for them to add helium as the next one. So we'll have another update for you very, very shortly. So our event schedule, pretty simple. Tomorrow night, the 800 people that are here tonight, come on over and hang out with us on a getting started training that you don't want to miss. There's going to be something very special on that getting started training. The room only holds 1,000 people, and we have 800 people on this Zoom call, Zoom room tonight, right? So it definitely will max out the Zoom room tomorrow. So tomorrow, 9:00 p.m. East Coast time, right here, same place. On Wednesday, now it's not on here because it's kind of a secret meeting, right? At 5:00, same Zoom room. If you want another presentation, just like this one, invite your friends over to that Zoom room at 5 p.m. East Coast time on Wednesday. On Thursday, again, another big training, and more than likely, we'll have our CEO, Rick Cotton, and Eric Z with Helium Track up there. We'll do our best to make sure that those guys show up. One of these days, we'll get back to our Fun Funnel Friday events that we were having, which were a ball, because we've got all kinds of funnels and different things that you can use to build your business. So let me leave you with this, and it's a news flash, if you will. This was out of the Crypto Investor Network. It said the coin that is going to disintegrate. I used a different word, right? Disintegrate the wireless market. Now, and why? Why? Because it takes out all the middlemen, right? It takes out all the fat out of the deal, if you will. And that coin that they say, not me, that is going to disseminate and totally destroy the wireless market. And we're talking about AT&T, Verizon, you know, gigantic companies. That little company is called Helium, right? A little company is called Helium. And we have the opportunity to participate in doing all of that. So, you know, so stay tuned for other good things. So Um, get back to the person that invited you, get to their website, get signed up for free, get to their back office, look at the Helium, heliumtrack.app and log into there, put in your address, reserve your hotspot, go down the to-do list. We're going to go over a bunch of those things tomorrow and a lot more. So make sure that you join us. Michael, are you out there somewhere, buddy, or have I talked too much and put everybody to sleep? You're muted.
I'm here. I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No, that was great. By the way, disintermediate. I had to look it up. It means to get rid of all the intermediaries in between.
Right. Get rid of all the fat. Right.
Yeah, boy. So, yeah, guys, we are in the right place at the right time. Chuck, I think you nailed it. I don't think we need to throw any more information on top of folks tonight. And unless you're like, go for it.
I mean, give me your take on everything. I mean, here's a guy, for those of you that don't know Michael, Michael and I have been friends for over 25, almost 30 years. And we've made millions of dollars in the industry, in the home-based business industry. We weren't looking. I was not looking. I know Michael was not looking for anything else to do. And then all of a sudden, this fell into his lap and he tossed the ball over to my lap. And, I mean, just in whatever amount of time you want to take, just give everybody your take on where we're at with Helium, with IoT, with iHub, so on.
Well, yeah, for sure, Chuck. Looking at this from the perspective of a year ago when we started evaluating this, taking a deep look at the Helium business model and recognizing how profound it was, we had no choice to get involved with doing this, even if it was just what we could do on our own. That's how we all got started in this. And then really, my hat's off, Chuck, for being able to put that relationship together with CalChip Connect, the world's largest authorized supplier of Helium hotspots out there, to be able to put a process together where we could literally take one of these devices and be able to share in the distribution of one of those devices, or able to create and be able from that to put together an affiliate program. That is a major home run. And in 40 plus years of the industry, and myself and many other coming from the same perspective, this is the most extraordinary opportunity where, like you said, Chuck, you showed it. I mean, you can get started literally nothing out of your pocket, no charge to become an iHub affiliate, share this information with people. They can use this extraordinary Helium track software, which is just a game changer. I mean, dramatic game changer in helping to build this Helium network around the world. And being able to have people come in, get these units deployed to those locations that are the ideal locations, and have people generate the kind of residual that's possible with this. Just like you said, Chuck, it's literally something that if you were just to have told me right out without the background on it, I would have thought you're out of your mind. There's no way that anything like that would be possible. So we are so much in the right place at the right time. And if you're looking at these numbers and 126,000 units out there in the last not even 2 years, we haven't scratched the surface yet, because literally it's going to take millions and millions of units to cover the entire planet. So the question we all have, and you should be asking yourself this, is how many of these devices on this network all over around the world, of these millions of devices that are going to be out there, do you want to be getting a piece of those residual Helium tokens coming in month out, week in, week out, day in, day out? I mean, that's what's on the table here. And I think the message is clearly getting across, Chuck, because the people all around the world are saying, this is extraordinary and we have to participate. Like a lot of people, this just kind of came up and it's eclipsing what we were previously thinking was our main focal point. And I'll tell you what, we are in the right place at the right time, everybody. And again, my hat's off to you, Chuck, for really going out there and putting this in motion.
Well, and the guy that has really made it happen for all of us is Rick Cotton. Again, somebody that I've known for 25 years. And Rick has negotiated purchase orders of 130,000 units here just recently, over $80 million worth of product. And you might be saying, well, how in the world can you guys afford to give away $80 million worth of product? Well, it's not easy. Right? It's not easy. It takes a lot of muscle to be able to do that. And Rick has been able to bring the muscle to the table. So I really applaud him because, again, it takes everybody, doing what they're good at doing. And Rick is a master at doing that. So we've got somebody at the helm that is driving the ship and very aggressively driving the ship. He's built two big companies to over $500 million in sales. And, this idea that started out as an idea between a couple of people now has a CFO, now has attorneys, has SEC attorneys, has private placement memorandums going on and filing with the SEC. I mean, just all kinds of things that are happening behind the scenes. And, we're on with another company right now talking about 90,000 more units every quarter that they can produce that we will buy. We're going to try to corner the market. I mean, we know where this whole thing is going. And we want to corner the market for your family, for our family, and Michael, so that we can get paid on all of those little pigs that we put out into the marketplace. So, hey guys, tomorrow 9 o'clock. Michael, thank you very much for that insight and input. Autumn, and again, Autumn, it takes care of a lot of the customer service stuff, as well as a bunch of other people, but she's at the helm of all of that stuff. And so is John Krem, who is back there making all the wheels turn. So I want to thank them for all the things that they do. But tomorrow, 9 o'clock East Coast time, you definitely don't want to miss that training. It's going to be superb. And then Wednesday, 5 o'clock East Coast time, business opportunity event again, smaller usually. We usually have only a couple, 200-300 on that. And then Thursday, big training. So with that, God bless everybody. Stay safe. And with that, we will call it an end. We will post this video up on our Facebook page, and we also email it out to everybody. So with that, good night, everybody. Thanks for being with us tonight. Good night, Michael.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.